So, yesterday we got a pretty big update for Minecraft Dungeons. A lot of new stuff got added to the game. Tower multiplayer, the Treetop Tangle free mission, the Enchantsmith, which we talked about yesterday, as well as all the new capes, cosmetics, pets and emotes which you can get your hands on. So in this video, I thought it would be pretty interesting to share the new gear, which you can find in the new free Treetop Tangle mission. We're going to talk about the new artifacts, as well as the new pieces of armor, which you can find. Share what I think are very nice enchantments for them. So let's get right to it. Alright, so here we are, still very much broke with 76 gold bars. So I got my hands on all the new gear which you can find. There's not much, by the way. Let's be honest about it. There's only one new artifact and 2 new pieces of armor. So basically 3 new items to get your hands on. And every single one of them can be found in the island realms, like we talked about yesterday in the Treetop Tangle mission right here. So depending on your difficulty, you'll be able to find these pieces of armor and gear a little bit faster. So right now on the Apocalypse difficulty, this one actually shares loot with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other items. So basically for the item drops, it only has a 12.5% chance to pop up, while the artifact only has a 20% chance to be rewarded at the end of the mission, as it shares the loot table with 4 other ones. If we change the difficulty though, we basically go with default difficulty, then you only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the chances will be higher, you will find the root rod armor, but probably also with less enchantments. So I would suggest farming this one on Apocalypse, while it will be interesting to farm for the Totem of Casting on default, as now it actually has a 25% chance to pop up as a reward. I want to be honest though, I didn't find mine right there. Many people seem to have trouble finding the Totem of Casting, so what I did is basically visit the village merchant. And after like 3 or 4 restocks, I actually managed to find it right here. And then I was able to instantly buy it, no longer have to run through that level. While I was speedrunning the Treetop Tangle mission for new loot, I managed to find a Secret Obisidian Chest location. Not sure if it pops up every time, but it did for me in the 2 runs when I went through. And you basically find it right here. When you perform a roll, jump on this patch of leaves, let's say, you will find a Secret Obsidian Chest. On the map, it looks exactly like this, and you can find it during the Climb Higher, the Orbs Corruption event. If you get past the webs inside the tree, you will also get a new objective which is called Keep Climbing, where you have to traverse the canopy. If you take one of the entrances inside or jump down exactly right here, you will trigger a Enderman spawn, and after you've defeated him, a golden chest will pop up, and this is actually where I found my black spot armor. Of course, the loot of all gear is randomized and the artifacts can only be found at the end of each mission, so that is why I suggest re-rolling the village merchant to increase your chance of finding it. Later, you can always upgrade it at the blacksmith. So, the first piece of armor is the Root Rod armor, the common or rare variant. This one comes with reset artifact cooldown on potion use. And it also has health potions heal nearby allies. So, if we equip this bad boy for a second and use a potion, it will basically give us an aura which will heal other people inside it as well. Then we also have the unique variant, which is called the Black Spot Armor. This one comes with the same built-in enchantments, but its unique enchantment is called the Spawn Food on Potion Use. So if we have this one equipped and press E, well, we will basically heal all our allies, but at the same time throw some snacks on the floor, which is pretty nice if you want to support your teammates with healing, let's say. And that is exactly what this piece of armor was designed for, to support your teammates in combat, heal them a little bit on the side. And what I think is a very nice enchantment to have with it on your weapons is the refreshment, because every time we defeat a mob, it will reduce the health potion's cooldown time. So you can actually heal more frequently with your potion and at the same time heal your teammates with it. This enchantment can also be found on a ranged weapon, so if you have it in your offhand, it will also help reducing that cooldown. But for the armor itself, I think it's going to be pretty interesting to focus on something like the potion barrier, which I have on the Root Rod armor right here. So this one will make you a lot tankier. Every time when you use your healing potion, you will reduce the damage taken by 90%, which can go up to 9 seconds on tier 3. If you want to make this armor even more interesting for supporting your allies, you can actually chill the enemies around them by reducing their both movement speed and attack speed with the chilling enchantment. I think this is a fantastic enchantment for both single player and multiplayer. It's just one of the best things you need to have for the high level Apocalypse. If you want to frequently use artifacts while you're supporting your teammates, I think a cooldown reduction is going to be pretty interesting to get your hands on as well. Now, if we quickly have a look between the Root Rot armor and the Black Spot armor, the only difference between them is this unique enchantment, Spawn Food on potion use. Personally, I don't think it's a very strong one, which you want to focus on. I think the common or rare variant already is very nice, but unfortunately it doesn't come with that built-in potion barrier. I think that would have made this armor so much better. Moving on to the Totem of Casting, the artifact which you can find in the Treetop Tangle free mission. This one reduces the artifact cooldown time for all the players within the totem's range. So let me just quickly show it to you in action. So if we activate this bad boy, it will make a pretty big aura pop-up on the floor, and everybody who's standing in there will basically have its cooldowns reduced. I think this is a very powerful artifact, as some of the artifacts which I have equipped right now, the Deathcap Mushroom, with a 30 seconds cooldown, as well as the Gong of Weakening, the 20 seconds cooldown. If we activate both of them at the same time, then use the artifact, after its disappearance, it instantly refreshes the cooldown of both artifacts. I think that's impressive. Let's quickly see if we can find another artifact with an even higher cooldown. So right here we've got the Fireworks Arrow. Let me just transfer that one to the inventory. We've got a couple more with 25, but I think that is actually the highest cooldown in the game. As you can see, I currently don't have any cooldown reduction on my armor, so this is all only because of the Totem of Casting. So let me just equip the Firework Rocket in my first slot. If we use a Firework Rocket, shoot the target dummy, use our Totem of Casting, let's see what happens. Wow, this one also resets the cooldown entirely. So you'll be able to use it right after that. So let's see, we're gonna just shoot this one, use our artifact, also the Deathcap Mushroom, for example. And after this one disappears, we can use it another time, as well as a Deathcap Mushroom. I can't test this right now, but I think it would be pretty interesting to try 2 Totems of Casting in one build. Basically, try to refresh each other's cooldown so you can basically keep spamming all your artifacts. I think that's definitely worth checking out. If you did that, let me know in the comments what your findings are. So, that's all the new gear which you can find in the Treetop Tangle mission. The armor as well as the artifact are without doubt designed for multiplayer purposes. They're going to be awesome to support your teammates, while for single player, I think these are going to be less interesting to use. They can be useful in, for example, pet builds to heal your allies, but at the same time, there are definitely better ones out there when you're going solo. Anyways, that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed watching this video, definitely make sure to hit that like button, as it helps out the channel. Of course, if you are new here, don't hesitate to subscribe, as there is a lot more coming your way. Right now, though, it is 4 AM out. I want to wish you an awesome day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.